Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be tackling the second level, Water Cave. There's also a special bonus level after, so let's not waste any time. This level isn't necessarily any harder than the first one, however it does have more treacherous jumps. It will also introduce us to a new type of enemy that will become a mainstay throughout the rest of the game. It's also the first level to use the 3-act structure that the rest of the game follows, so if there's a prototypical Doom the Golden Souls 2 level, this is it. Be prepared to see a whole lot of this. My recording for this level cut out somewhere around 12 or 13 deaths, most of them in this beginning section. It's not a hard section by any means, but the last couple of jumps can be tricky with Doom Guy's inherent momentum. Believe it or not, this narrow walkway was the cause of most of my deaths that I mentioned, either from slipping off of it, or misjudging my jump distance, or some combination of the both of those. Also, I think my keyboard spacebar is starting to go, so that definitely didn't help any either. The odd noise that we just heard is the new enemy I mentioned a minute ago. They're supposed to be Shy Guys, but they're a bit tall for that. Also, Shy Guys traditionally don't shoot bullets. At any rate, these enemies will harass us for the entire rest of the game. They don't have a lot of health, but they're often placed across the map. So the first clue that one is somewhat nearby is when you see their bullets flying straight at you. Thankfully in the next level we're going to get a weapon that makes pretty short work of them. For now we'll have to make do with the shotgun, but something hit scan and without a lot of bullet spread is the best cure for these jerks. The first big coin can be a bit tricky to jump to. You have to approach it from a specific angle, and then you have to have a lot of luck and pretty good air control to land on the platform that's just above. It's harder than it looks. I hope nobody minds my compulsive saving. It's a habit I picked up in the later stages of this hack, and honestly having to replay the entire opening part of the map because I missed a jump is not my idea of fun. The door just up ahead marks the end of the first part of this level. The titular water cave is on the other side, along with 2 more enemies that will become a mainstay of future underwater levels. Saving in front of a door isn't really necessary most of the time. On the far side you will typically find a checkpoint flag, though when you're reloading after a death the game uses whatever is most recent. So if you're hitting the quick load key for some reason, it will not pull from autosaves like the checkpoints create. In almost every case it's easier to just find a convenient nearby death than it is to reload your last manual save. I also apologize for the shitty quality. Normally you can't see the videos artifacting, but really dark areas show off just how low of a bitrate I'm encoding at. The next level, believe it or not, is actually going to be even worse. If it seems like I'm going out of my way to collect coins, I am. For the most part you don't have to worry about buying ammo from the shops. Levels will give you most of what you need, and in a couple of levels we'll find a weapon with infinite ammo that we can use as a backup. No, the real reason I'm collecting coins is because when we max out at 1,999, the game actually starts getting easier. And that's why I call Shy Guys jerks. That guy rounded the corner and shot us point blank before we really even had a chance to react. This is going to happen a lot, and there's not a lot that we can do about it, besides complain. That evaporating red mist is what remains of the game's fish enemy. For some reason, the guy who made the hack made water-based enemies extremely deadly. There's one enemy we won't be seeing for a few worlds that I'm pretty sure just instantly kills you if it lands an attack. The fish merely does damage every tick that it attacks you. By comparison, the tentacle monsters we'll be seeing in a minute are downright benign. Speak of the devil, that gross sounding noise is the sound the tentacle monsters make. They just stay in place and shoot attacks at us. Their attacks can be painful, but for the most part they can be easily dodged. I'm trying to avoid using the auto map too much. For as much as I'm sure I'm going to be complaining about the maps, this isn't Wolfenstein 3D. There aren't literal mazes and tessellated designs around every corner. However, not looking at the map means I may get turned around occasionally, so if that happens, just please bear with me. This room is kinda mean. There's a good 5 enemies waiting to ambush you once you hop out of the pool, 2 of which are Shy Guys providing sniper support to the demons and imps below. If you die here, I understand, trust me. Oddly enough, the best approach for the room is the most aggressive one. Charge up the ramp and take out the Shy Guys, and the rest below will fall in no time at all. There's pulls to either side here, and both need to be completed to advance forward. There's no specific order they need to be done in, so if you're playing along, feel free to tackle whichever one you feel like first. Yeah, they're both pretty short, and you can see what I said before about the tentacle monster attacks being fairly easy to dodge. The fish don't deal a lot of damage per bite, but they attack faster than pretty much any other monster in the base game outside of the Fast Monsters flag. We lost almost 15 health in the time it took to reload our shotgun. Something you may have noticed is that we don't have to babysit a breath meter while underwater. Doom, The Golden Souls 2 is very kind in that regard, especially because the 3D Mario games forced an air meter in conjunction with 100% underwater levels. The fact that there are so many coins underwater actually leads me to suspect it was a thing in earlier builds of the hack. There are a couple of switches we need to throw to open up the exit. While the lake in this third area is pretty large, there's very little to find underwater, so it doesn't take too long to find both switches and get the heck out. In fact, I cut out a bunch of fruitless searching for what wasn't there. But with both switches activated, all we have to do is do some zero stakes platforming, and then we're done. I don't think you're actually supposed to be able to jump up here. We're not quite jumping up on this ledge so much as we are clipping up here. I actually think you're supposed to take a longer way around, but this works too. The exit's just up here. Don't do what I'm doing here and go for a jog around the exit building. I can count on, I believe, one hand the number of times I found something hidden behind the exit. And I think every single time it was just extra ammo and maybe coins. I promised a bonus stage, and here it is. The yellow key palace is technically optional, but it takes less than 2 minutes to do and gives us a permanent upgrade and a bunch of coins on top of that. Also, we'll occasionally find levels with yellow key doors that give some bonuses for having the key. There's no reason not to do it. Anyway, the video is going to end once we pick up the key, so I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for the third level, Groovy Grotto.